So I want to share this story with y'all. So maybe I need to start YouTubing these stories in my life to some degree, because on a daily basis, when I'm going by the properties, I have great conversations, right? And I have this one tenant, right? Older woman, and older meaning over 40, 45, my age, right? Not 25, 26. And I know that she is a hardcore Democrat, right? And I set her up, right? So in the Tesla, you have apps on your screen, right? So I know she's gonna come by the passenger side and hand me the rent, right? And so um, um, so I'm playing Candice Owens, right? Because when you put your car in park, you can only play YouTube when you put your car in park, right? So I'm playing Candice Owens, and I know how she's gonna react to it, right? And she says, "You listening to that bitch?" And I'm like, "Mom, yeah. I mean, she speaks truth. I mean, you didn't gotta agree with everything she do. You know what I mean?" And she went on to say, "Man, she's a sellout. She's this. She's that." And then I said, "Listen, if you call her a sellout and she's married, and you call her a sellout for her position, and or she married a white woman, then I said, then if she's a sellout, then what are you?" I says, "How many baby daddies you got?" She says, "3." I says, "Is there a man that lives in your house?" She says, "No." I says, "Do you listen to Meg the Stallion?" Because I know these things, right? And she says, "Yeah." And I said, "So who's the sellout? Who's who's more of a sellout based off the profile?" And then she said, "But she said this and she said that." And I'm like, "You're judging the person on what they say, not what they do." And I don't know everything. Like I said, I told you guys in the shop, I just found Candice Owens, this year. I would say this summer. You guys remember when I was like, "Man, Candice Owens be spitting truth." And far too many black people, women, call Candice Owens a sellout when they got 2 baby daddies, 3 baby daddies, not married, no man in their life, disrespectful, twerking on Instagram, got their tongue out, um, living paycheck to paycheck. Candice Owens made a career of herself. What are you doing? And I think we got to get to a point where we got to be honest with one another. Um, if Candice Owens is a sellout and you have multiple baby daddies and you don't live with your kids and your baby daddy's in jail and your baby daddy's not paying child support, one baby daddy's paying child support. I know the story, so I'm giving you the profile. And who are you? What are you? You laid down and slept with that man. You should have been looking for a husband. Listen to what I'm saying. You had a baby without a ring for the 3rd time. I'm going to repeat that again. You laid down with the man and had a baby without a ring for the 3rd time. And you listen to Meg the Stallion, Cardi B. Only know 3 of them. Meg the Stallion, Cardi B, and Queen, what's her name? Nicki Minaj. Let's get back to the basics, y'all. And I know I use black woman as my example because my tenant is a black woman. But this speaks for all of us, man. You can't make that mistake for the third time without a ring. Matter of fact, you can't make it up for the second time without a ring. Because we're being disingenuous by saying men is going to love us regardless. Nah, they just going to F you. So if Candice Owens is a sellout, she's a sellout. Are you married? How many baby fathers do you have? Are you building? Do you have a career? Are you a street woman or a corporate woman? Are you a family woman or a street woman? This is basically the conversation that I had with her. She's been with me for a minute, so she knows how direct I am and how forward I am, and I've helped her a great deal during quarantine. So we have that openness, and I'm probably as big, if not bigger, asset than the fathers in her life. At least two of them. I'll say that much. So I encourage us to get back to the basics. Family. Get back to the basics, man. That's what we need to be. Candice Owens is a sellout, but you got 3 baby daddies. No career. She's not a loud person. She's very respectful. She curses sometimes like me. And, she's grown a lot in the years. And I'm giving you guys this story on purpose. She's grown a lot over the years, not because of me, but because of life. She's gotten older, she's gotten wiser, and I can see her disposition getting to the median and getting more mature, you know. She's a single mother, like my mother, and I intentionally took a chance on her, and it's worked out. She's missed rent a couple of times. We had some difficulties during COVID, and it worked out, and I was very patient with her. And she's making it work, you know, and she's caught up on her rent. And I said all that to say this. Men, if you create it, take care of it. And men, stop having babies without rings. Women, stop having babies without rings, because you leave a man like me to take care of it. To have a level of empathy that I shouldn't have, because you should be taking care of the child and the woman. This is why in real life I laugh at some of y'all, because we get on here and we talk this pro-black shit, but I literally saved a black woman's life. I could have evicted her a long time ago. And now it worked out. You know, I'm not saying that that's a solution for everybody, but when you live in real life and you're aiding and helping people, and really I have the, I have the absolute power to disrupt people's lives, and I choose not to. And at the end, I'm using black examples, but it's not about just being black. It's about ignorance versus intelligence. It's about family versus the streets. It's about integrity versus not integrity. Because when we walk outside our door, we don't just see black people. We don't just see black men, black women. It's everybody. But the biggest point I want to make in this video: do what's right. Fight these urges. It's extremely, extremely important, man. And I'm here to tell you, success is a byproduct of family. I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet you the percentages. If a woman got 2 or more daddies, baby daddies, her tone and delivery is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Her sense of urgency, her aggressiveness is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because I saw it in my tenant and how she's grown. She got 3 baby daddies. And I took a chance on her because I'm going to tell you, no landlord would take 3 kids. Nah, because the water bill, the tissue, the destruction of property, you know. You got to put them on the first floor. You can't put them on the second floor because the person on the first floor is going to complain the feet are moving too much. Thank goodness I had a first floor. Can't put a woman with 3 kids on the second floor. You're going to be getting calls once a month, twice a month. And you don't want to disrupt people's peace, you know? So these are things that I really had to go through. But I'm going to tell you from real life experiences. If a woman got 2 or more kids versus a woman being married, her disposition is completely different. I'm not going to say she's cursing, she's rowdy, but the poise, the patience, the pace is completely different than a woman with 2 baby daddies versus a woman with 2 kids by 1 baby daddy or by 1 husband. Let's say husband, baby daddy's over here, husband's over here. The woman is completely different, no matter the ethnicity. Because when I have a vacancy, I do an open house. I swear before God, 98% of the people that come are single parents. That's a little bit high. I would say 85% are single parents. And I was thinking about the women, and I would say out of the 85%, 92% are women with kids. This is what I do every day, and I see the statistics every day. If you walk in a random apartment, I guarantee you, 7 out of 10 of the apartments will be single parent homes. I swear before God. I live it every day. So, man, let's get back to the basics, man. Let's get back to love, man. Let's get back to God. Let's get back to family. And so how it ended was she agreed with me after us going back and forth for a minute or 2. But I set her up for it because I knew what I was doing. I knew she didn't like Candice Owens. And because I've always been building in her. You know, like I've given her resources for her kids. You understand what I'm saying? And I've helped her out the YMCA on Century in Vermont. So I've given her resources and helped and aided as best I can. And she agreed with me. She agreed with me on one point. I said, you need to find a husband, not a boyfriend. And she agreed with me on that point. I said, Candice Owens is married. I said, you may be mad he's white, but let me tell you something. Dre is Asian. I have Asian kids. And this black man with an Asian woman rented to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's about love. It's about family. It's about empathy. It's about correlating humanity with God. Anyways, man, y'all have a great day. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I know all my Megan Thee Stallion fans gonna get mad, Cardi B and all y'all, but at face value, married with family, have a career, whether what comes out of her mouth or not, she's getting it done. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.